Lunar New Year is almost here. One of the Lunar New Year tradition is to do spring cleaning of the house a few days before the New Year starts. The idea is to do a complete cleaning and remove the old to welcome the new. It is also to symbolize getting rid of all the bad luck of the past year and to get ready to fill the new year with good luck. But sweeping the house during Chinese New Year is considered unlucky, as you could be sweeping away the new and incoming good luck. So, we have a few days to do spring cleaning, and I will give you my personal spring cleaning tips so that you can avoid making some really awful mistakes and also to save time. Whether you are a new player or a veteran player, I hope you might learn something or at least refresh your mind on the things that you might have missed. It is also nice to know that the devs also have some sort of understanding of this festival, so they gave us the Soul Gear discount and login bonus so that we can get new and strong equipment and costumes for our beloved mercenaries, as well as more packs to buy with our Ang Pao money. So the first tip and the most important tip, which I cannot emphasize this enough, is do not spend all your gold. Gold is needed for a lot of things, from upgrading and combining mercenaries to enchanting and refining runes. I have made this terrible mistake in the past, which is to spend all my gold for soul gears. So I have a ton of soul gears, but I cannot use them because I have no gold to upgrade other soul gears, which really sucks because I cannot do arena or auto battles until I cleared my soul gear slot. You now have a ton of soul gear, way more than you needed, but they are for upgrading your legendary mercenary soul gear. But wait! You actually can't get them because you have too many soul gears in your inventory, which now sucks because you have to upgrade things you do not want to upgrade just to clear your inventory space. So the second tip is to use your ancient coins to get the soul gears before summoning for soul gears. Also, a side tip for new players, other than Korea, this hasn't been patched yet in other servers, so not sure when will they update this, but for now, you can still buy duplicate copies of legendary characters. See, I have Angelica, Natus and Refi, but I still can purchase them. So don't spend 1.5k ancient coins to buy them for skill ups. Go to the shop, go to normal shop, and you can buy legend skill books there. You can buy up to 2 per month. And for players who are building Celia, do note that you cannot skill transfer to her, and since there is no mileage PT for Ino and Acera, you might consider using your legend skill books on her. But also keep in mind that since you cannot skill transfer to her, you can also not skill transfer out of her. So once you use your skill books, they will be permanently locked into Celia. Alright, we were talking about soul gears. Now the upgrading system for soul gears is made so much easier with the new category filters and increased autofill. I remember it used to be a really pathetic number like 30 slots, but now it is a whopping 500, which is great because I don't have to keep autofilling it 30 by 30. In the past, I also usually like to favorite the mercenaries that I want to skill up, so that it is easier to find them to level their soul gears. But with the new system, it doesn't really matter, because all you need to do now is to find the equipment you want to upgrade, click on the newly found item, click select gear, and it would show everything related, whether it is equipped or not. But you do need to note that items that are maxed leveled do not show, so you have to be mindful if you have extra plus 10 gears lying around. It is absolutely tragic to sell them or use them for EXP. So like my Foxy gear over here, I just keep it as a memento to remind myself not to do stupid things again. Alternatively, you could also level your soul gear once and then sort them by level. When you are trying to pull for a particular soul gear for a certain mercenary, do not max level your soul gears until you are almost done, because you never know where you might get a duplicate copy which is worth a lot of experience. Now that we have upgraded our soul gears, let's talk about mercenaries. Upgrading a mercenary is pretty easy. If you do not already know, you can select multiple units to rank up and skill up. Still looking forward to having the mercenary storage box that would help save a ton of space. Due to lots of inefficiencies and misclicks for my mercenary box, I have 725 slots, which is ridiculous, and it costs 560,000 to upgrade. So you can imagine how much money I've spent on upgrading this mercenary box. Next, let's talk about runes. The reason why I left all these 3-star and 4-star rune pieces is because I want to use this instant dismantle function. But dismantling them using this feature doesn't actually add to the achievement count. So I'm waiting for this to be patched before using this feature. To get rid of runes, I'm actually using Baloo's advice to min-max my resources. If you are a veteran player, maybe you might consider doing this as well. Rune Essence is a valuable resource. To get more essence, you can upgrade your runes to +3 at very little cost, and then dismantle it for more essence. With this enhanced rune upgrading percentage, this method becomes more valuable because you are also able to spot potential SSS ranks in the process as well. It takes much more money to enchant it to +6, so I only upgrade it if my first slot is an S, and continue it to +9 if the second slot is an A grade or higher. You might say that it is a waste to enchant, but I can tell you that I spent a lot more essence and resources refining, which by the way also costs gold. So sometimes I also +3 these before upgrading and keep the good ones. And try not to accidentally dismantle them in the process. For scrolls, my only tip is that you can get the current banner mercenary from the class scrolls. I managed to get Stella from the support scrolls when it was her banner, and this also applies to the random mercenary tickets as well. Let's talk about friend list. Always go to your friend list to check who is dead or inactive. I like to keep a lot of dead friends for sentimental reasons, but that would mean getting less friendship points for recruiting. Do note that you can actually gift friends every 12 hours, but I usually do that only once a day just for the daily rewards. Next, we will talk about the storage box. While your temporary storage is 100 slots, it can actually exceed the maximum amount, and you are still able to perform battles normally. However, it will stop working when your permanent slot is maxed. I kinda wish that they also have a collect all function for these Mystic Island items, or just make it go into the respective places right away. I mean, except for the horseshoes, everything else can just be automatically added. I don't see why you need to put it in the permanent slot. For Fate, if you are short of a few gifts to complete the Fate, do remember that you can actually exchange to get just the right number. Thanks so much for making to the end of this video. These are all the tips that I have for spring cleaning and tidying up your inventories. Here's a quick recap, and I purposely skipped a number because it's kind of inauspicious to put that number in for Chinese New Year, and so I will be lucky in the next banner. Here are the things that are to be patched, and lastly, these are the things that I feel needs to be patched. And lastly, here's wishing everyone a happy and gacha prosperous Lunar New Year.